Hi, I'm Jason Walker. This is Walker Tea Review, and we are traipsing through the tulips of the online tea world. Today I present you with MightyLeaf's LuAnGuaPian, and we are going to start it up, get it going, put some water on it, see what it presents or offers to us today. Oh. Get a little bit out to look at later. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get this started so we can let it steep first. Give it a little water. Let it warm up. Rinse off. There we are. Now, that's a quick way to get an initial scent of what's to come. Get a little preview there. And I will cover this, set this down so that we can talk a little bit more about what we have. Let me set this up so that you can look a little more closely. We have MightyLeaf's LuAnGuaPian. The more preferred Mandarin or Putonghua pronunciation would be LuAn, because it is from Anhui province and the city community village of LuAn. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of a background. LuAn is a green. You will notice that it comes in little sections, and let me go ahead and give a little bit more information as we talk about it. 4 ounces here for $16.95, roughly nearly $17. Information that we have here: green tea, they say has a lighter level of caffeine. Portioning of 1 level tablespoon per 12 ounces. A brew or steep time of 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, this actually, MightyLeaf actually will give you on the package on the back here a lot number and a best buy date. Okay, so there's some useful information that you will find here. This is as I said, a 4-ounce package here. So we're going to set that aside. Let's go ahead and look at our dry leaf for just a moment so that we can get an idea. What I found with LuAn is you will find pieces that were originally traditionally shaped as melon seed size. Whether that means like a sunflower seed or a watermelon seed, you hear different stories. But what you'll see is rich emerald green pieces. These in particular are as long or as 1 inch to 1.5 inches. You do have some shorter, thicker pieces as well, which we will show here. And you have some pretty sizable pieces as well in this particular serving that I pulled out. Let's go on and talk a little bit about some of our aromas that we have here. A lot of green teas have a pleasant sweetness to them in the dry leaf form. This one in particular has a kind of cross between, I would classify as sweet spinach, clover type smell, which gives us an idea of what is to come. Okay, let's go ahead. I think we've got something here worth looking at. Yes, we do. I like that color. So let's see what we can get out of here. Always nice to have a tea tray, so again we're not making a big wet mess on our table. But yes, that gives us something to look at. Okay, as you'll see, a nice golden color. Let me go ahead and talk for a moment about our color. Yes, as we get in close here, you can see it has a bit of a greener tinge to it than some of our green teas, but this is a greenish yellow. Okay, fairly bright and clear. Gives us a nice color there. Okay, all right. So as we look at this a little bit, Let's talk a little bit about previous tastings and what we experienced. Of course, we always taste these off camera so we can get a full range of the aromas, a good description of the body. Previous tastings, we got notes of a little bit of asparagus in there, a little bit of a kind of a pine nut, because there's a lot of your green teas do have a fixing, or I should say rather a firing process as well, that brings in a kind of nutty taste because of the heat that's involved in that. All right, so having said that, let's talk a little bit about this. I'm going to blow on it, going to let the air get to it. I'm going to suck in and make noises as well. Now, what I've tasted from previous experiences, this one does not have a significant amount of astringency to it. It's very gentle, or gentler in that area. Not what I would consider a bitterness. As I did say, there's a little bit of a kind of dryness with it. There is that kind of asparagus type zing at the back of it. The body, it is fairly light. It kind of gently reaches all of your mouth just for a moment, brushes past, and is gone. The aftertaste, I'm still tasting the vegetable aspect to it, that kind of asparagus aspect to it. This particular case, let me try again. The pine or the nutty part tended to come out more as it cooled off. So let me go ahead and see if I can pull out a little bit of that note as well. Yeah, as you let it sit in your mouth a little bit longer, you do extend more towards a light, as I said, a pine nut type of taste. I think this one would be useful if you are fairly new to teas, if you prefer a lighter element to your teas, if you feel that some teas are overly bitter or astringent. This one is a kind of mid-grade. This is characteristic of other LuAnGuaPians that I have tasted recently, gentler than some of your other green teas. This one, let me go ahead and talk about some of my notes. Depending on your steep time and how you do it, if it's not a strong cup, you might get a little bit of a kind of a watery, metallic aftertaste. If the green or the vegetal element is not pronounced or is not developed fully, then you swallow and you get that metallic aftertaste. Other things that we need to talk about. This one I particularly noticed. I tasted this a few weeks ago. I tasted it again recently. I can tell that the air has affected this one already. So you want to make sure that you have a package that you can seal well and keep away from temperature variations or other things that can affect the tea. Okay, so this one, having said all of this, I would have liked to have seen unless you want to get it strong, unless you want to pull it towards that a very vegetal taste, then I want to see less of a metallic on the finish. So you've got to find that middle ground between the two. I would like to have seen the flavor profile was a little light. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more pronunciation. Others that we have tasted had a bit of a floral component, almost I'm trying to remember, I think it was almost a little bit of a chamomile type element to it. So there is some floral aspect that does come out of LuAnGuaPians. So having said that, this one gets an 87, still fairly high, but something to reach forward and push forward in the future towards. So this is MightyLeaf's LuAnGuaPian. I'm Jason Walker. This is Walker Tea Review.